Hi, it's Richard from Ignite Growth, and I just thought I'd do a quick video for you, just talking through what the STEPS growth methodology is and why I believe it is the best blueprint for any B2B business owner to use to grow from 350, 500,000 to £1 million turnover and beyond. There's three reasons why I really created the STEPS methodology. And the first of those was really my background. In 31 years, I've owned 8 businesses. 2 of those I've taken to 7 figures and beyond. And I really felt that in that time, I've learned a lot about best practice, what works, what doesn't work. And I've also been able to put together a formula that I can repeat. I've looked at the businesses that didn't grow and I've really analysed why they didn't grow, and looked at the ones that did grow and why they did grow. So again, I've poured that into the STEPS methodology, into the 5 steps that we use in STEPS. The second reason is that alongside my own businesses, I've worked with hundreds of business owners, helping them to grow their businesses. So that's given me a unique insight into different sectors and what works and what doesn't work again in these specific sectors. So it's something that really gravitated me towards B2B businesses, because I realised that B2C was so diverse as an industry that B2B to me follows a very set pattern. There's a sector, there's companies within that sector that we're selling to, and there's people within those companies that we need to sell to. So it's a very process driven approach is growing a B2B business. And thirdly, I've lived through the last 10 years where technology, digital, social media has made it more possible than ever for small businesses to grow at scale in a very predictable way, a way that they can measure the right metrics, they can use tools and CRM and software to make sure everything's connected, and they can make sure that their growth is very measurable. So they're making data-driven decisions, they know who they're talking to, they know who their good fit clients are and how to attract more of those into their ecosystem. So those 3 elements have given me a real unique insight, and now I'm in my mid-50s, I really have seen what works and what doesn't work and put it together into this blueprint that we've called STEPS. So let's look through each of the 5 elements of STEPS. The first element is strategy. I've always been a strategy first person myself, and I think strategy is key to growing your business. You know, it's a lot of work, you've got to map out that strategy, but it should be dictating the tactics that you're focusing on a daily basis. Nothing should be happening in your business by chance. Everything should be driven by that strategy, and that should tell you what tactics to focus on a daily basis. That gives a real clarity. I've talked about in other videos about the lack of clarity in business, and I think strategy is a core thing. That if you have your strategy and you've mapped it out, and I'll break down in a different video the 12 areas that you need to map out in your strategy, then there's very little is left to chance. You know exactly what you're measuring, you know what campaigns are running for your marketing, you know what lead sources you're focusing on, how many leads you need to generate, you know then what content to focus on, you know how to nurture those leads and turn them into customers and revenue for the business, and all of this is driven like a machine. So strategy drives all of that. The second part is traffic. You know, making sure that you have the right lead sources pulling traffic into your business. So digital lead sources coming in. You want to have social media working well, focus on the right platforms on social media, don't waste your time on anything else, and get the right traffic sources. That's organic traffic, organic search traffic coming into your website, paid traffic, paid search, paid social media traffic, and of course the offline sources of traffic that you can generate as well. So attending events, referrals from customers and referrals from other people that you know, and partnerships. So all of these make up your traffic sources. So again, it's a big part of STEPS. You've got your strategy in place. Within that strategy, you should have mapped out the traffic sources that you're going to focus on, and then you can start working on the traffic step. Once you've got this volume of traffic coming into your business and you've got the conversion point set up so that traffic converts into customers, into leads, in your CRM, then we move on to the engagement stage. So again, engagement can go into the traffic stage. It can be that blurred line where we're using it as marketing engagement, how we're using blog posts to engage with people and nurture that relationship, and have conversion points within that as well. But engagement really is that process of, once we've got a lead, how do we actively engage and nurture those leads so they move along their sales process, move along their buying journey, and we're very much aligned with how they research and buy, with how we market and sell to them. And that engagement is a very natural engagement that starts natural sales conversations. You can present your solution to people and turn them into customers and revenue. So you've now got strategy, you've got traffic, you've got really good engagement that's been well thought through, your content is working to support all of this. You now then have your customers. So you've got customers in the business, they're spending money with you. We then move on to the P, which is promoters. Now that's all about our client engagement. How do we engage with our existing clients? How do we send them surveys? How do we use their experience of using our service to improve that service, improve our core offering? And how do we delight them to make sure that they give us referrals? They also leave us reviews. They're happy to give testimonials for us. They're happy to be part of a case study. You know, all of this is really key, and that's why promoters is a valuable part of growing a business. Because when you get that part right, it's where the easiest opportunities often lie. The low-hanging fruit we talk about is often already in people's existing client engagement and their client databases. And it's just a matter of re-engaging and unlocking that opportunity in there. And then all of that's pulled together by part 5, which is systems. So using technology and leveraging technology to create a single source of truth where every touch point that you have in your business is being monitored with contacts, with companies, with partners. Everybody you come into contact with is being monitored. And that'll usually be a CRM. You know, at the heart of most systems will be a really powerful CRM. So every contact point, every touch point, every email, every call, every meeting is being kept in a central database that everybody can see, and that should be a CRM. Now around that CRM you'll have other pieces of software, other tools for your marketing and your lead generation. You'll have sales tools, sales processes, sales pipelines mapped out. All of these tools should be supporting and building the engine that is that sales and marketing function in the business to attract the right people and then convert those people into leads and nurture those leads into customers. And then you'll have service tools. So post sale, how do we support and look after and service those customers and make sure that they're delighted, as I say, to turn into those promoters. And then the final piece of the puzzle is obviously metrics. How are we measuring everything that's happening? So we know whether we're on track or off track. We know whereabouts we are with our revenue goals. All of these things are down to having the right metrics in place so that you have no doubt that every piece of data you're making decisions on is accurate and it will allow your business to grow. So that's the steps methodology in a nutshell. We get those 5 elements lined up, starting with strategy, and then work through them. And that's why it cuts out all the fluff. In my views, it got rid of everything that wasn't best practice, you know, and everything I've seen work in the last 5 or 6 years has all been around digital. How do we unlock those digital channels for businesses? Any B2B business that I work with as a client, we spend a lot of time mapping those traffic sources out, building that strategy out, and then executing that strategy. So hopefully that explains to you what Steps is all about, how it's come about, and why you need to take it seriously if you're serious about growing your business from wherever you are now towards that £1 million plus turnover. All right, so hopefully that was useful. Any questions you've got, just email me, richard@ignitegrowth.co.uk, or just click one of the buttons on the page, fill in the message, and I will get back to you and we can have a quick call to discuss it. All right, take care. Bye now.